Hello and welcome inside Alumni Field for another presentation of WCBN Sports' coverage of Michigan softball. I'm Alex Drain, joined by Lucas Vargas for Game 3 of the weekend series between the Michigan Wolverines and the Penn State Nittany Lions. Michigan was able to take games 1 and 2 in a tight one on Friday night. Not so tight yesterday. We'll see what today has in store as Michigan goes for the sweep on Senior Day.
Yeah, I think it's interesting that Alex Storako is back out after pitching yesterday. She did have a pretty light load on the day yesterday, considering that the game ended in run rule fashion, 8-0 being the final score, and she was extremely effective, only allowing one hit and striking out several batters. So we'll see if she can carry that performance into today. A very nice afternoon for softball, beautiful outside. The clouds are rolling in yesterday. It was a little cooler, but no, this is as perfect as it gets for the regular season home finale.
So we'll take a look at the starting lineups for Penn State. It'll be Tony Polk, followed by Melina Livingston, Chelsea Beasy, Destiny Weber, Allie Curlin, Lilia Krauthamel, Haley Vallejos, Danny Fay, and Claire Swedberg. Some changes in that lineup from the previous two games. Claire Swedberg's been dropped from number 2 down to number 9, and Melina Livingston has been moved up. For Michigan defensively, it is the usual alignment with Storako in the circle, Alexander behind the plate, Subject, Canfield, Rodriguez, and Uden moving right to left in the infield, and then in the outfield, Hoganrod, Peters, and Lexi Blair with Mackenzie Nemitz as the designated player, and we're just about to get underway. Tony Polk will step in for Penn State. 13 homers on the year for her, including one in Friday night's game. Storako gets ready to go. First pitch swung on, tapped foul down the third base side.
Polk was able to get the leadoff hit yesterday against Alex Storako, but was largely ineffective for the rest of the afternoon. Storako really seemed to figure things out, and Penn State's really consolidated a lot of their power into the top of this lineup, so Storako's got work early.
There's a high pop-up in the infield, now drifting over to foul territory. Is there room? No, there is not. It bounces off the top of the Michigan dugout. Game time temperature today, 50 degrees and sunny, a few clouds, but pretty great weather. Winds 9 miles an hour north-northeast, so that shouldn't be too much of a factor. Polk steps back in behind in the count 0-2. Here's the pitch, just a little high.
Yeah, but Storako does such a great job setting up batters. Likes to go to that changeup for the strikeout. She did that several times yesterday, and as we've seen all season long.
1-2 coming, just outside. And that'll even the count at 2-2. Polk is the only senior in the Penn State lineup today. A very young Nittany Lions team on Senior Day here in Ann Arbor, where Michigan's got quite a few notable seniors. 2-2 swing and a foul tip, I believe, into the glove for strike 3, and that'll be the first strikeout for Alex Storako.
Yep, so getting started just like she ended yesterday. An early strikeout on, as you mentioned, one of Penn State's best batters, one of 2 in the lineup with 13 home runs. So a lot of power behind that bat, but heading to the dugout early. And Penn State really is going to need her to have a good game.
There's a fly ball to left. Blair moving over, and she makes the play. 1 pitch, 1 out there to retire Livingston, and now 2 down in the inning.
Livingston, for a shortstop, is a pretty good batter in her own right, batting .345, the highest average in the Penn State lineup, and they moved her up from the 9 spot to the 2 spot today to try and get some more early offense, but 2 early outs for the Nittany Lions instead.
2 outs in the inning brings up Chelsea Beasy, and that pitch is outside.
Beasy, the other Nittany Lion, with 13 home runs to her name, only a freshman, so an impressive amount of power for a young player.
Pitch outside, 1-0. Storako gets ready. Off speed, called strike. Nice delivery there on the outside corner. Beasy had a home run of her own to tie the game dramatically in the 7th inning. on Friday night. 1-1 coming right down the middle for strike 2, and now Storako quickly ahead.
Something I was concerned about yesterday was knowing Penn State had so much power, and Storako is susceptible to home runs, but not at all a factor yesterday. She's done a great job mixing up her pitches.
1-2, got her looking. Off speed, and Storako locates it perfectly. And just like that, a very, very easy inning for Alex Storako. And Michigan will send the bats up in a scoreless game. As we go to the bottom of the first. Yesterday was a fast game, and the way Storako looked in that first inning, perhaps she's going to keep moving quickly.
Yeah, she got her work done quickly and efficiently, and the Michigan bats took their time on offense, collecting runs early on. You know, there are some close calls as you look up the schedule where it's come down to the end, but for the most part, after those close calls, they seem to really carry late game victories, momentum associated with it into the following performances. Yesterday was a great example of that, scoring early in the game and really opening it up, setting itself up for that run rule 8-0 finish.
Well, Michigan has been scoring an average of just over 8 runs per game since they returned home to Alumni Field against Penn State in mid-March, and it's kept rolling this weekend. 6 runs on Friday, 8 runs yesterday. Look to put up some stellar offensive numbers as well. Michigan enters this game at 36-11, 18-1 in Big Ten play. Still on the heels of Northwestern, who swept the doubleheader with MSU yesterday. They are 20-0, but the big weekend comes next weekend where Northwestern will head into Minneapolis to take on the Gophers in a battle, because Minnesota also 18-1 right there, tied with Michigan.
That's a big series that the entire conference was circled on the schedule next weekend, but Michigan's got to continue to take care of business because one loss could derail any plans of a potential conference championship.
There's a pitch down in the zone to Faith Canfield as we get ready to go. Canfield, one of the seniors here on senior day, has gotten her average up to 388. That one also low, 2-0. The pitcher for Penn State is Bailey Parshall, who got the start on Friday. Was pretty strong for parts of that game, but then got battered late and surrendered the game-winning run to Maddie Uden. 2-0. Canfield takes that one off the arm, and she will go down to first with a hit by pitch. Michigan has the leadoff runner on.
Well, Faith yesterday started things off with a home run and then was basically walked the rest of the afternoon. She does strike fear into opposing pitchers, but Penn State yesterday had to make a couple pitching changes throughout the course of that short game, including one in the first inning. Michigan had gotten to Hannah Shields early on and created some separation in the first inning.
So that'll bring Natalie Peters to the plate, and quickly going out there is Haley Vallejos to talk with Parshall. Vallejos behind the plate. In the infield, it's Beasy, Swedberg, Livingston, and Weber. In the outfield, Polk, Kurland, and Krauthamel.
And Swedberg had a rough go of it yesterday in the field. See if she's able to rebound from yesterday.
First pitch is down in the zone, but Peters swings and misses, and it'll be 0-1. A 1 pitch. That one is low. Taking it is Peters, showed bunt and pulled it back. Count is 1-1. Parshall gets ready to go. Peters swings and chops that one foul, arcing back and over the stands, out of play. Peters, one of the other seniors today on senior day, has been very, very consistent across her career. A 3-year starter, averages in the 310 to 350 range her entire career. 1-2 is high and outside. And the count evens 2-2 on Peters. Never been a big power hitter. 4 home runs in her Michigan career, 1 this season. 2-2, Peters swings and chops that one to second, and it's over the glove of the second baseman, Swedberg. And over to second goes Canfield, and now Michigan will have 2 on and no out. They give an error to Swedberg there. Definitely a hard hit ball. Took a tough hop, but she was in front of it.
Yeah, very reminiscent of yesterday where Swedberg had some plays towards her that she was just unable to make, and it really cost Penn State in the run department defensively. So another early miscue as the ball is hit in her direction. The freshman fielder showing the youth.
So up comes Lexi Blair, and she takes that one high and outside. Lexi now on base up to 475 on the year, batting average 429, slugging 649. That pitch swung on and fouled down the line.
Just video game numbers. She had one foul ball that made it out to the warning track in left field, landed probably about a foot to the left of the foul line. That could have done some serious damage in yesterday's game as well.
The 1-1, Lexi lays down the bunt. This is not going to be easy. Throw down to first, just did get her. Nice play there by Partial. Throw a little low, but Beasy did well to get down. It'll go down as a sacrifice bunt for Blair as it moves the runners into scoring position for Alex Subject.
Yep, the bunt accomplishes the goal of moving runners forward. Just 1 out now, and the Michigan lineup so balanced, has a chance to once again do damage early on in the ball game.
And that one is outside, I believe. There's not a pitch thrown, didn't. So there was time called beforehand, so this will be the first pitch. Subject steps in there at the 368 batting average, 5'11 on base. And she swings, hits that one high and deep into the outfield. There's going to be room, but it's going to score the run as Canfield comes scampering home, and it'll be a sacrifice fly to center field for Alex Subject. Gets the job done, and Michigan leads 1-0.
Yep, as you mentioned, gets the job done, and Michigan able to score a run in the first inning once again. Weren't able to do it on Friday night, but able to set the tone for this game early, similar to yesterday. And you know, when this team scores early, they really settle in all around defensively and offensively.
Also moves Peters over to third. And Uden comes up, swings and misses on the off speed, the first pitch. Runner on third, 2 outs for Uden, and she was the hero in the game on Friday. Came up to lead off the bottom of the 7th in a tie game and swatted her 5th home run of the season to right center. That pitch outside, 1-1. Uden on base, 381. Is always taking her fair share of walks, looking to hit with more power as her 5 home runs beats last season's total. The 1-1. Called strike on the outside part of the plate. Good pitch from Partial. Now the count is 1-2. Mackenzie Nemitz waits on deck. One-two, swing and a miss. Pitch high and outside. Uden goes down swinging, and that will end the inning. But Michigan able to get on the board and take a 1-0 lead into the second inning.
Yeah, well, Bailey Partial certainly looks more composed than the pitchers that Penn State was able to roll out yesterday. Gave up 1 run, but still able to get out of the inning without too much damage. As long as Penn State keeps things within striking distance, they have a chance because of their home run ability. And that's what Bailey Parshall is going to have to do.
Yeah, certainly it's a factor to watch. It seemed like in the game Friday that Michigan figured Parshall out as the game went along. Have to wonder if they continue to adjust their approach the more times they see her again today.
Yeah, there's a stat from the Penn State media guide that noted that when Penn State scores 3 runs this season, they are now 21-8 on the year after, 21-7 after the game on Friday. And, you know, yesterday, not scoring any runs. Obviously, you can't win like that, but seeing it, Michigan's able to just keep the runs down, this Penn State team probably is going to give up a fair share of runs of their own. So as long as they can avoid giving up the power, then it shouldn't be much to worry about for the Wolverines.
Updating the Big Ten standings. Northwestern 20-0, Michigan 18-1, Minnesota 17-1. It's the three-way chase. Ohio State at 14-5, Wisconsin at 12-7. Then another big drop-off to Indiana and Rutgers tied at 8-11. Nebraska 7-12. The first pitch of the second inning is popped high into foul territory. Is there room for Rodriguez? No, it drops into foul ground. That was the first pitch to Destiny Weber, the number 4 hitter who steps in. Looking back at all-time Big Ten standings history, and it's pretty rare to have this competitive of a chase. Sometimes it's a 2-team chase, but very rare to have 3 teams all with only 1 loss or no losses this late in the conference season. There's a swing and a high fly ball into left, but it's shallower than expected. Blair comes in about 10 steps and makes the play. Rainbow there, but not much depth on it.
Yeah, that's back-to-back, just very high hit balls for Weber. One going foul, one going for the fly out. But that really is the bulk of the Penn State lineup there. Now it kind of drops off into the 2 and even 100 range with Allie Kurland up to bat.
Kurland watches that first pitch as it dives in for a strike. The lefty hitter facing the righty, Starocco. That one high. Michigan will be in College Park over the weekend playing the rather dreadful Maryland Terrapins at 4-15 in Big Ten play on the year. They are actually tied with Iowa for second to last in the conference. Michigan State in the cellar at 3-16. That one a little high and outside, 2-1. Iowa and Maryland battling for who won't get cut from the Big Ten tournament.
It's a favorable draw for the regular season finale, while Northwestern and Minnesota are competing as the other 2 teams in the Big Ten race.
There's a swing and a miss. Big cut from Allie Kurland, another count, 2-2. Michigan certainly, they just know that they need to take care of business the last 4 games of the season and then hope that Minnesota takes 1 off Northwestern at home, which seems a pretty fair thing to hope for. 2-2 swing and a miss. Kurland goes down with another big cut on the rise ball, and already 3 strikeouts for Alex Starocco.
And those swings just not even close to the ball. I mean, it's just a whole lot of nothing.
That'll bring up Lilia Krauthamel. Krauthamel entered the weekend with only 13 at-bats. She's seen the plate quite a bit this weekend, though. Up to 18 on the year, but 3 for 18 isn't too pretty. That one high and outside the first pitch. Starocco only 18 pitches so far through 5 hitters, remaining very, very efficient. That one shows bunt, and pulling it back is Krauthamel and takes strike 1. 1-1 coming, swing and a miss. Big cut again, and now the count is 1-2. Storako ahead just like that.
Strako's as dialed in as she was yesterday, and Penn State girls overnight could not find an answer.
Ball in the glove, 1-2 pitch. Just high, I guess. Like a good pitch. Count 2-2. Storako steps back on. The pitch, swing and a liner to center. Peters moving back, and she'll make the play. And that'll end the inning. Soft liner to center ends it. And just like that, down go the Nittany Lions again. 6 up, 6 down for Storako, and we head to the bottom of the second. Michigan 1, Penn State 0.
Baseball team across the ways in first place in the Big Ten.
Yep.
Playing Rutgers again. Their series finale this afternoon as well. I made it over there after the softball game yesterday. Solid 10-1 win for the Michigan baseball program.
Yeah, and there's equal efficiency over there. Jeff Criswell threw 6 innings on only 57 pitches. Quickly cutting through the Rutger lineup.
Of course, the NFL draft coming to a close. Several Wolverines taken, and several more signing contracts as undrafted free agents. I am particularly intrigued by the Karan Higdon move to Houston. I think that's a place where he actually could very well find himself on a roster as the season opens up. I think he's got a real good chance there out in Texas.
Well, yesterday Michigan had, or this weekend Michigan had, was it 5 players drafted?
Let's see, it was Gary, Bush, Long, Gentry, and
Winovich, right?
Winovich, correct.
Yeah.
And then probably about 5 more or so go through the undrafted process.
Yep. Nemitz swings and misses on pitch 1 as we get going in the bottom of the second. Kenzie Nemitz is another one of the seniors who really came out of nowhere this year to seize a designated player job. And she's been pretty darn good in that role, has fended off challenges from people at her heels. There's another strike, 0-2 to win that job, and has come through in the clutch in some big occasions, and she holds the job down at the moment. And Nemitz gets a piece.
Yeah, part of that senior class that, as you and I were talking about before the game started, has just found a way to make an impact, found a way to win games, and this is really how successful programs are built, with senior classes like the one that is being honored this afternoon.
0-2 to Nemitz. She swings, fouls that one back to the screen. Continuing to battle Partial. Partial got through the first inning on only 16 pitches, but surrendered a run. Michigan was ready to take their cuts.
Well, she didn't give up a run until the 3rd inning, I believe, on Friday night.
To Nemitz, down and in. Backs her out of there.
See if Michigan's able to figure her out a little bit earlier in Game 3 of the series.
1-2 coming. That one off speed and outside. Good take by Nemitz to continue to fight. When you look at Penn State this year, they've been up and down, had some decent games in the non-conference, but have struggled in Big Ten play. They do have one signature win on the year. It was over Ohio State. 2-2, Nemitz swings and soft tapper to second. High throw there from Swedberg, but Beasy able to haul it in. 1 out in the inning.
Might have made a change, actually, there at second base. I think it's Amanda Greco now.
Yeah, it is. Just realized that. Number 12, or number 2, rather, Amanda Greco. Must have been made in between the inning.
Yeah, I think addressing Swedberg's fielding.
There's a swing and a high ball deep to center, but backing up and making the play is Fay to retire Hoganrod. Good swing. And that'll bring up Katie Alexander with quickly 2 outs in the inning. Alexander, another senior today. He's had an excellent Big Ten play. Boosted her average up to almost 260, 10 homers on the year for her. The 2.5-year starter at catcher seized the job, and she takes a big swing and a miss there.
Yesterday she had one that I thought was a beautiful swing, but it tailed away foul over by the batting cages. But I mean, you could just see the power every time she swings the bat. She makes good contact with the ball.
She swings and hits that one. Soft tapper in the infield. That's going to drop in and go foul. She was down to first in time for the base hit, but the smart play there by Penn State to let it roll foul. If they glove it in the infield, it's an infield single. But they let it roll past the line as it had a lot of backspin.
Yeah, good recognition on the spin. Sometimes risky to let him go, but good decision there.
So 0-2 on Alexander. That one off speed, got her on a check swing, and that's a fine inning from Bailey Partial. Collects her second strikeout, and we go to the third. This game quickly moving along. Michigan 1, Penn State nothing.
Oh yeah, good pace to this one early on as both teams are battling. Much more similar to Friday night, I suppose, rather than yesterday, but Michigan still holds the 1-0 advantage after 2 innings.
This is the last home game of the regular season, pending postseason action that could come to Alumni in the NCAA tournament. Michigan, with a win today, would finish off the perfect home slate.
And this also sets up the final week of the winter semester here at the University of Michigan. Finals will be completed this week, and then graduation as well soon. I look forward to heading home to Texas on Tuesday morning. It's been a long time since I've been back home.
Now almost there, the semester wrapping up. Players probably happy to get that over with, and now they can just focus on softball.
Yeah, do you know they have to take classes during spring term while they play, or
I don't think so.
just summer?
I don't know that off the top of my head.
I know several of the athletes come back for the summer term. I think part of the rules for working out over the break between semester the next year is that you have to take classes either during the spring or the summer. I don't think you have to do both. We have to do at least one term in order to practice the facilities, etc. So
that makes sense. So here we go. There's a swing and a foul back to the screen as we get started in the top of the third. It is Haley Vallejos. Vallejos is the sophomore catcher, hitting .218 on the year, looking to get something going and lead off the inning. There's a high pop-up. This one looks like there'll be room for Uden moving over, and she makes the play in foul territory.
They're looking right up at the sun, too.
Yep, that's a tough one.
She's got the sunglasses, it looks like, over her visor.
You might want to put those on.
Might be a little bit more effective on your eyes, but makes the play nonetheless.
Another quick out for Alex Storako. It brings up Danny Fay. Storako checks the wristband, gets ready to go, working quickly. First pitch to Fay, high. Fay, the starting center fielder. One-0, swing and a foul back to the screen. Storako already 3 strikeouts in 2 1/3 innings. Faced 7 hitters so far. Continuing to pitch very confidently.
Yeah, it's been impressive to watch her just improve over the year and get to this point where she is now.
1-1 also a little high.
And something you mentioned before this game was that now Megan Bobian kind of gets almost an extra day of rest by maybe not having to pitch today. She could be using relief, but it's not as much pressure on her arm late in the year.
There is a called strike off speed. Nice pitch there from Storako. And the count 2-2. Well, Michigan's going to need Storako to be successful in the postseason play, especially in the Big Ten tournament when you have 2 games in a day, those kinds of things. 2-2, swinging a high pop-up. Shallow left field. Coming on is Blair. She calls off Rodriguez, and it drops in. And that'll be an error on the left fielder Blair as we see that sun playing an issue here. Guess they're going to call it a hit off the bat. I would make that an error easily, but.
Yep, just lost in the sun there, and you know, it can mess with you.
So another pop-up that Storako induces. That one drops in, and now she's going to deal with a runner in scoring position as Amanda Greco comes up to plate. And she swings, taps that one, right towards the on-deck circle where Tony Polk had to jump out of the way. Greco taps the plate once, does a couple practice swings, cocks the bat over the right shoulder as Storako fiddles with the ball and then delivers it high. Nice job by Alexander to get out of the crouch and snag that ball. Look the runner Fay back. Fay is 3 for 5 on the year and stolen bases. One off speed high and outside, and now Alexander steps up once again to say something back to Storako. And this has always been the thing, right? It's always been just a matter of getting back in that rhythm. When she's in the groove, it's huge.
Yeah, can't let one base runner bother her. So I get to the next pitch, next batter.
Swing and a miss. Big cut there by Greco, and now 2-2.
It's got to refocus after allowing one girl to get on base, and not necessarily her fault or anything like that, but it's got to go out and attack the next girl at the plate.
2-2 on its way. That one high. And now the count runs full. Storako utters a quick shrug. Puts the ball in the glove. The full count pitch. That one tapped foul down the third base side. It's a good battle by Amanda Greco. Steps back in. Alexander checks the wristband once again. Payoff pitch, off speed, got her on the outside corner. Beautiful.
And Penn State has left so many of these off-speed pitches even without swinging. This has been caught looking on several of them. And Storako is able to place it well enough and deliver yet another strikeout, as now we'll reset the Penn State lineup.
Collects strikeout number 4, but it brings Penn State's most dangerous hitter, Tony Polk, to the plate. And Polk takes that one right down the middle for strike 1. Oh, 1 coming, swing and a miss. The rise ball way out of the zone, and Polk tried to climb the ladder. She struck out swinging her first time up. Not looking much better this time.
Yeah, the way those pitches have lifted, it's either led to a lot of foul tips or a lot of batters trying to chase that and swinging and missing.
0-2 swing and a miss. Got her again, and 5 strikeouts now for Alex Duraco, just cruising.
Yeah, Penn State's really going after that high fastball, and they have just not had a lot of success making solid contact with it.
And so we go to the bottom of the third. Duraco gives up an unfortunate double, but is able to cruise on through, and Michigan still leads 1-0 to the bottom of the third. A packed house here at Alumni Field, especially those outfield bleachers, not an empty seat. And the alumni band playing.
They touted it as a sellout, and it's pretty close to that. Well, I mean, I guess it is a sellout, but as far as full capacity, it's pretty close. There's a couple empty seats here and there, but
yeah,
when everyone's standing up, it looks very full.
The announced attendance Friday was, I believe, 2,200, something like that.
Yeah, somewhere between there and like 24.
Yep, it's been really, really good crowds. It will be 9-1-2 to get it going in the bottom of the third. Rodriguez, Canfield, and Peters.
Rodriguez had good success yesterday. Just once she was able to get on base, and Penn State infield really squeezed in here, expecting some sort of bunt.
Rodriguez swings, pops that one up, arcing. There's going to be room for the running Livingston to haul it in. 1 pitch, 1 out.
And yesterday, Rodriguez was able to really fight deep into at-bats, but just one swing and going foul, enough room, like you said, to make the play, and she'll be headed back to the dugout.
Brings up Canfield, who was hit by a pitch her first time up. She swings and hits that one through the hole on the left side, and it'll be a 1-out single. Canfield continues her hot streak. And Michigan's got their first hit of the game. They had 1 run on no hits in the first. Peters getting ready to dig in. Peters hit a ball hard to second that jumped over the glove of Swedberg in the first and got herself aboard. She takes that one down in the zone.
An interesting stat for Natalie Peters is that with 13 hits by pitch, I believe that is the leading in the conference.
There's a swing and a liner. It's going to get down in the gap and roll all the way to the wall. Canfield coming home. They stop Peters at second, and it's 2-0 Michigan. A double for Peters.
The seniors working together, and Peters getting Canfield home. Been with each other for 4 years and now getting one across on senior day.
Yep, that's now the second hit of the game for the Wolverines, and they lead 2-0. It'll bring Blair up with the runner in scoring position. A couple hard hit balls on a line by Michigan in this third, looking a bit more threatening the second time through the order. Blair to the plate, takes that one for a strike.
Well, as you mentioned, they seemed to figure out Bailey Parshall as the game went on Friday night. Once again, second time up, maybe they're able to see the pitch a little bit better.
0-1, and Lexi takes it outside.
Natalie Peters can play around with you as well there at second base. So much speed, definitely capable of stealing third potentially.
1-1 on Blair. It's the bat over the shoulder. A lefty hitter against the lefty partial. The pitch swung on and hit hard to third, but it's going to go deep in the hole, and Lexi will get aboard. Interesting to see how they score that one. I bet it will be another error, and it is, as it jumped over the glove of the third baseman, Weber.
Caught Natalie Peters off guard as she was ready to retreat back to second base. Maybe if she realizes it skips the glove a little bit sooner, she's able to make the jump, but nonetheless, she'll hold at second, and now the Wolverines manning first and second base.
Now 2 runners aboard and only 1 out in the inning for Alex Subject. Subject got it done in the first with a sacrifice fly to center to score the first run of the game. But now 2 runners on and 1 out in the inning, a chance to do some damage here. She takes that one off speed for a called strike. Partial still mixing the pitch as well. Partial has an elevated home run rate. It's about 10.5% of hits given up going for homers. There's a ground ball to second. They're going to just take the out at first, and that will move the runners up, but 2 outs in the inning for Uden.
So Uden striking out earlier in this game. See if she can reshape her approach at the plate.
Definitely was not the best looking at bat. See if she can do here. Takes that one outside corner for a strike. Partial's throwing these pitches well. Command is not an issue right now. Good location.
Now, I mean, a couple errors and then a couple well hit balls.
There's a swing and a miss down in the zone. And just like that, ahead 0-2. This is where Partial wants her. That one is outside, 1-2. One, two coming. Uden check swing. 1 around. Strike 3. And that'll end the inning. Another strikeout swinging for Uden. Strands 2 runners, but Michigan doubles their lead up to 2 runs, 2-0. Headed to the top of the 4th over Penn State.
Yeah, I mean, credit the Nittany Lions for rebounding from yesterday, the 8-0 run rule, and coming back out here and playing a lot tougher early on, especially. You haven't quite seen it from their bats since Friday night, but they're keeping themselves in this game and giving themselves a chance, and when you bat with power, that's all you really need.
So we have a graphic on the Jumbotron about Mackenzie Nemitz on senior day.
She's talking about the movie Titanic.
Yep. Stracco doing her warm-up pitches. Michigan wearing the alternate maize uniforms, at the maize tops and the blue pants, blue socks.
Very sharp look.
Penn State wearing the,
call it grays.
Yeah, well, like a dark gray of sorts, and it's an all gray uniform with blue socks.
I like the numbers on the Penn State uniforms. It's got a white outline with blue numbers, but it's kind of a 3D look as well, block numbers. I think it's a good uniform combo. I like it. It's a nice uniform. Well-dressed teams on the field today, Alex.
Yeah, Michigan going colorful this weekend, as they were in the blues yesterday and in the pink on Friday in the Maze today. It's a called strike to Melina Livingston as we get going in the fourth.
These Penn State batters is unable to tee off on these off-speed balls that almost drift over the plate, but they just let them fly by.
Yeah, totally thrown for a loop are some of these hitters. That one high, check swing by Livingston, and she holds off.
There's a little bit of plate discipline, not chasing upstairs.
Count 1-1 on Livingston.
Livingston is from Detroit, Michigan.
Yep, the only Michigander on this Penn State roster. This roster heavy with in-state kids. There's a pitch foul, 1-2. And Storacco's done very, very well to get in front of these hitters, not falling behind anybody today.
Yeah, there were a couple of full count situations yesterday, but you're right. Very nice job managing and controlling situation.
1-2 swing and a miss. There's the off-speed down. And Livingston is retired. 6 strikeouts for Alex Storacco so far. She is capable of getting a ton of strikeouts. Most notably the game in East Lansing this year. Chelsea Beasy takes strike 1.
Beasy and Storacco will see a lot of each other over the next few years.
Storacco had 15 strikeouts in that game against Michigan State. Had 9 yesterday. There's a foul back. Beasy now again behind 0-2 just like that. You look at the efficiency for Alex, only 45 pitches now and just about halfway through the game. Cruising along. The 0-2 swing and a fly ball down the line, arcing. It's going to drop foul and just outside the reach of Lexi Blair as she was sprinting along. The hardest hit ball all day for Penn State.
There were a couple of those types of hits that just turned barely foul down by left field along that warning track. That the first one on this afternoon.
Beasy will give it another shot. 0-2 coming, swing and a tapper off her foot. There goes foul, 0-2. Storacco steps back on the rubber, twirls the ball. The 0-2 off speed just outside. Good pitch. Frozer is not able to get the call.
Yeah, but now she can set her up with some speed or go back to it.
That one swung on and hit hard to center. But Peters is there for out number 2.
Might have been the best contact on the day for Penn State. Made it close to the warning track, but Beasy got 2 good swings in there on Storacco's pitches, but all for naught as she gets back to the dugout.
So that'll bring up Destiny Weber, who is 0 for 1 with a fly out to left. That one off speed, beautiful strike. Totally in command right now. Oh, 1. Down and away. Count 1-1. One and one on Destiny Weber, the junior. She swings, fouls that one back, and 1-2.
what makes Storako so efficient is that she does throw a lot of strikes. A lot of those get foul tipped early on, and then when she finally goes in for the strikeout, it's a lot of success.
Swing and a miss. Way out in front was Weber. A goofy swing ends the inning. 7 strikeouts for Alex Storako. 5 swinging, 2 looking, and it's still 2-0 Wolverines going to the bottom of the 4th. If you look at what the Big Ten tournament bracket would be if it started today, you'd have Northwestern as the 1 seed, playing the winner of Purdue, Illinois. Ohio State would be the 4 seed, playing the winner of Wisconsin, Maryland. Michigan would be the 2 seed, playing the winner of Indiana, Penn State. And Minnesota would be the 3, playing the winner of Rutgers and Nebraska. Pretty interesting that Rutgers right now at 8-11 is respectable. Surprising given the way Michigan manhandled them in Piscataway.
Yeah, but I mean, they're not the only team that Michigan has manhandled this season.
Yeah.
So, but shaping up to be a competitive Big Ten softball tournament. I feel like rain always has some sort of impact on that event.
Yeah, we're hoping for better weather this year. That was a mess last year. It was a monsoon.
And down in Bloomington, see not as much major bodies of water, I guess.
Yeah.
Around that part of Indiana. Maybe make for a little bit more consistent weather. We'll see. We'll see.
Well, this is the 20th Big Ten game for the Wolverines. They've gotten all 20 games in. A couple doubleheaders that they've needed to fit in, but they've been able to get all the games in, unlike last season. And the weather right now next weekend in College Park, Maryland, looks pretty solid. I think they should be able to get all 23 games in this year, which is always a plus. Nemitz to start the bottom of the 4th takes the ball down and away. One-0 on Nemitz, off speed, called strike. Frozer. And that one is swung on in a line. It'll drop in center field. And Nemitz is aboard with a leadoff single. Michigan looking to do some more damage in the bottom of the 4th.
No, one of those seniors reaching base safely. The pinch runner will come, Grace Schelleman, as usual.
Yep, Schelleman comes on. It's a pinch runner with nobody out, and a chance for Michigan to get to work. Hoganrod due up. Rutgers has tied the game over at baseball 1-1. Michigan just made a great defensive play over in that one to gun down a runner on a sac fly. Jeff Criswell carried a no-hitter into the 7th inning. Bats need to do some work for baseball over there. Hoganrod takes this one down and away for ball number 1. Schelleman hasn't been asked to steal a lot. She's just been used as somebody who can go first to third on a single. One-0, and Haley lays down a bunt, and it's a solid one. Partial scoops it up, throws down to first, and it completes the play. So Schelleman moves over to scoring position with 1 out for Katie Alexander.
Yeah, and Schelleman made the second on the sac bunt, but third base was completely uncovered. They actually had 2 players, one from left field, Polk coming from left field, trying to cover third base. I don't think that Schelleman really recognized that in time, though.
Now back to Michigan, number 17, Katie Alexander.
And that'll bring up Katie Alexander, runner on second, 1 out, chance to collect another RBI. She's got 25 of those this year, 20 runs scored and 25 runs batted in. 10 walks to 15 strikeouts. Average of 255 on base, 323. 10 homers. She swings and hits that one high, arcing down the right field line and a bounce off the roof in foul territory.
Very audible thud.
Katie will step back in and tap the plate twice. Peer in at the lefty, partial. 0-1 down and in. Nice job to scoop it by Vallejos. Schellenman over there at the second, ready to scamper over to third if needed. Count 1-1. Natalia Rodriguez on deck. 1-1 in the dirt, and now Schellenman goes over to the third throw. Too high, but a great job to back it up there by Milena Livingston, as that could have been into left field. The throw from Vallejos was way high over Destiny Weber's head, and it'll go down as base taken on a wild pitch, and now a sac fly to the outfield. Could bring in Michigan's third run of the game. Alexander struck out swinging her first time up.
Just gotta get this ball into play.
2-1 down in the zone, and now the count is 3-1. In danger of the first walk of the game is Partial. She surrendered 3 hits, 2 runs, but no walks thus far. That one down and away, and Katie will take first on a walk. It'll bring Natalia Rodriguez up, and I think we're going to have a pinch hitter. That would be my guess, and it's going to be Lou Allen.
And for Partial, that's only walk number 41 of the season, so she does a good job limiting those. But they do come every now and then. It's being one of those times, and Michigan man in the corners, Lou Allen has a chance to bring something home.
Well, Natalia Rodriguez doesn't get too many chances in RBI situations. Michigan normally prefers to go to somebody else for her, as she's primarily a slapper and a bunter. Normally it's either Lou Allen or Morgan Overitis, depending on the situation. Lou hasn't gotten a ton of hits this year, but she has the plate discipline to draw walks. 4 walks in 13 plate appearances, and the 1 hit for an on base of 385.
So, some coaching being done in the circle right now for Penn State. The entire infield gathered around.
As Amanda Lehotek goes out there to talk. Lehotek picked up win number 300 at Penn State earlier this year. Got a good young squad. Respectable Big Ten mark. If they can have this talent mature and have both their pitchers, Partial and Ligenfelter, get better, they could be interesting down the road.
Yeah, this is a team with a brighter outlook, I'd say, with, as you mentioned, a lot of youth. Just one senior in the lineup.
First pitch to Allen. She shows bunt. Now going down is Alexander, and she's caught in a rundown. She dives back to first, and she will be out, but coming on home is Grace Schellenman. A great play by Katie Alexander to hold everything up and allow Schellenman to come on home.
Yeah, a little bit of a magic trick with the deception. You won't see Katie Alexander probably trying to steal many bases, but it's a good strategy there to distract the Penn State defense.
1-0 to Allen is high. Well, they're going to call it a strike, top of the zone. I mean, that's one of the big things for somebody like Katie Alexander is you test the arm there. Normally, those double steal situations, the catcher doesn't throw down. They don't even bother. 1-1 to Allen is down in the zone. And the other thing is that Alexander knows she's not a super fast runner, so she's able to just stop there and then seduce them into the rundown.
Yeah, make them make a decision.
2-1 on Lou. Big swing and a miss there. Good looking cut. Scores around the Big Ten. Illinois leads Ohio State 4-1 in Game 3 of their series. Ohio State took the first two. And there's a swing and a foul back by Allen. That's a big series because Ohio State and Illinois both firmly on that bubble.
Yeah, we could see a fair amount of Big Ten teams in the softball tournament this year. Obviously, depends a lot on how the teams down south and out west do, but there's a chance.
2-2 and Allen out in front of it. Fouls it away. Allen's always had great plate discipline. Wisconsin, another team potentially on the bubble. They are up 4-1 over Purdue headed into the end of that game. That will be a sweep over the Boilermakers. That one swung on and hit hard. Deep to right field. It is gone! Just over the fence. It was over the wall, but actually behind the fence that guards where the seats are, but bounces over the yellow line for a home run. That's Lou Allen's first homer of the season, finally getting back to full strength. And it's 4-0 Wolverines. A big 2-out homer there for Allen, padding the Michigan lead.
Showing the raw power that she possesses.
It's all there, the plate discipline, the power, just needs one healthy offseason. First pitch to Canfield is down and away. Michigan's put up one in the first, one in the third, now two in the fourth to lead 4-0.
Well, and there's 2 outs on the board, but Michigan does reset the lineup, so Parcel's got to find a way to get an out here.
Canfield takes that one high, and now Parcel's command is starting to waver.
Go, Faith, give it a run.
2-0, down, and now 3-0. To Faith is way high, and Partial a 4-pitch walk keeps the inning going with 2 outs. And that'll bring up Natalie Peters. Michigan now 4 hits on the game, 2 walks. Have a couple players that have reached on errors and a hit by pitch. They've had their fair share of base runners so far.
Yeah, Parcel's starting to let things get away from her. Be tough to give up more runs with 2 outs on the board.
Peters takes that one for a called strike. Canfield down to second at the stolen base. And Faith puts herself in position to score on a potential single right away.
Yeah, I mean, might as well give yourself a chance here. Try and add on to what you've already done in this inning.
That one is down in the zone, and the count evens 1-1. That one is high, and now the count will be 1-2. Peters needs to make contact here. She does, hits it over to short, but then it's muffed off the glove of Livingston, and now 2 runners aboard. It'll be the third error of the game for Penn State.
Yeah, but committing that error, it does keep Canfield at second because Canfield couldn't quite find room to run by Livingston with the ball right there. Natalie Peters so fast too, you never know with that throw if you're going to get it on time.
Runners on first and second. 2 outs in the inning brings Lexi Blair up. She sacked bunt and reached on an error. 0 for 1 on the day. Big strikeout for Willie Weiss with the bases loaded to keep the game 1-1 over at baseball. That one in the bottom of the 8th now. Blair takes a pitch outside for ball number 1. Lexi's one of those players that unless she's taking a walk, you can always count her to put it in play with just 4 strikeouts and 155 at-bats this year. She swings and hits that one well to right field. Backing up, it's going to be over the head of the right fielder, Krauthamel. 2 runs will score, and Blair stops at second with a double off the base of the wall in right field. And 6-0 Michigan.
Michigan doing damage with 2 outs.
Yeah, this one has started to get away from Bailey Partial. Michigan's now posted 6 runs at least in all 3 games of this weekend series against the Lions. And with Subject at the plate, you're in a situation where a home run could put Michigan at the run rule threshold.
Penn State's going to make a pitching change real fast. This is going to be
trying to see that number. Looks like number 6, Madison Schaefer.
Schaefer stepped in yesterday as the 3rd pitcher of the afternoon for the Nittany Lions. She replaced Hannah Shields. Well, actually replaced Kylie Lingenfelder, who replaced Hannah Shields.
Schaefer is a 3.92 ERA on the total season. Only appeared in 15 games entering this weekend, 3 starts. She's got a 1.65 whip, 32 hits in 31 1/3 innings, 19 walks, but no home runs surrendered yet. Her conference ERA pretty grisly over 6.26. So Michigan, favorable pitching matchup to do some damage. Michigan entered the weekend 68-7 all-time against Penn State. Penn State has not beaten Michigan since 2007.
That's a long time. I mean, well, we were in 2nd grade or something, 3rd grade maybe. Man.
So out comes Alex Subject. She's 0 for 2 on the day. Looks to get a hit on her senior day. And the first pitch down in the zone. 1-0. Lexi Blair standing on second, 2 outs in the inning. One-0 coming off speed. Good pitch for a strike. Throws Subject.
Yeah, I mean, at the very least, this gives the Michigan batters a relatively new look that they're going to have to think about for a minute. It seemed like they had really started to tee off on Partial.
That one down in the zone. Schaefer is a pretty tall pitcher at 5'9" from Newcastle, Pennsylvania, and he's got a very odd stance in the circle. Hunches over quite significantly. 2-1 to Subject down in the zone, and now 3-1. Abby Skvars has moved into the on-deck circle for Maddie Uden. Three-1 on Subject. takes that one off speed for a called strike. Tried to draw that walk. Not getting the call from home plate umpire Laura Head. So the count runs full, 3-2 on Alex. Payoff pitch, ooh, way out in front of that one. She goes down swinging. And that will end the inning, but Michigan tacks on 4 more as they send 8 hitters to the plate. They get a home run from Llewellyn, a 2-run double from Lexi Blair, stolen base of home by Grace Schelleman, and Michigan leads 6-0 as we head to the top of the 5th. And Alex Duraco got a long break there.
She got a long break. See if she can keep up the tempo she was working at early on in this one. It's been very, very effective. Only 53 pitches so far this afternoon. 7 strikeouts. Only allowed 1 hit. It was that double that Lexi Blair lost in the sun.
Cruising along. Michigan 6 runs on 5 hits. Penn State no runs on 1 hit, 3 errors for the Lions, none for the Wolverines.
I want my teammates to remember that I care for each and every one of them, and I'm usually probably always positive with them, and don't try to let the day or the situation get me or
As Michigan softball trying to get the wave started right in front of us. Now that section not too interested.
Gotta get out there in the outfield with all the young kids.
Yeah. Llewellyn trying to get it going. No, that's pretty strong. Now it's out to the third base side. And it died in the outfield. Now start back up in the outfield, coming back around right in front of us down the first base side. Yeah, it's the old folks behind home plate that aren't too interested. As the first pitch
I might not understand the concept.
to Kurland is a strike. Yeah, the outfield and the first third base lines have been very good.
The outfield is where you're going to have the most success for sure.
Yeah.
Similar to the football games, Alex.
Yep. 1-0 on Kurland. That one also down in the zone, 2-0. This is the first time all game, really, that Alex has fallen behind a batter. Natalia Rodriguez has been reinserted as expected at shortstop for Llewellyn. (2-0) on Kurland, way out in front on the off speed. The 2-1, off speed, just a little low. 3-1 the count. (3-1) swinging a high pop-up into shallow left field. Coming on is Blair. She's not going to make the play, and it rolls down the line. Stopping at second is Kurland, and that's the second time today that a high pop-up in shallow left has fallen in. I have to think that is going to be a point of emphasis in practice this week.
Yeah, just losing it in the sun once again. Maybe with some miscommunication as well. I thought Rodriguez was going to tail back and get it, and Lexi Blair kind of charged in at the last second. But, yeah, basically the same spot, losing it in the sun, and I don't know if, this is something to really worry about, but it's gotta track the ball.
So put the leadoff runner on second for Lilia Krauthamel. Flew out to center. Her first time up. She's had some good at-bats this weekend. Freshman from Allentown. 3 for 19 this year is Krauthamel at the plate. She swings and fouls it back. High arcing pop-up that will drop in on the concourse.
Well, that's the other thing for Penn State is, they haven't necessarily put the ball in play that many times.
Yeah.
but twice that they have, you know, seems like plays that should be made aren't made, and at least they have a chance there.
0-1 and a bunt laid down by Krauthamel that goes foul. Very odd bunting stance there.
But
Didn't get a lot on it.
Penn State's just got to find a way to get the ball in play more. I mean, striking out, you give yourself absolutely no chance.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure why Krauthamel is showing bunt there. You're down 6 runs. You need to swing the bat. 0-2 is high. I understand the role of bunting is more significant, obviously, in softball with the shorter bases, but still is some element of the not great use of strategy. 1-2, swing and a miss. And a good cut there by Krauthamel, but not able to make contact. Storako collects strikeout number 8, 1 out in the inning. So 1 out in the inning, we might have a pinch hitter here trying to see. Yep, it's going to be Tori Dubois in place of Haley Vallejos.
Dubois stepped in yesterday in a similar position as a pinch hitter.
First pitch fouled back by Dubois. Dubois is a senior, 274 on the year. Played most of this season, 106 at-bats, but not starting at all this weekend. 274 hitter, 333 on base, 358 slugging. 0-1 to Dubois, off speed, called strike. 0-2.
Yeah, Dubois seems like a much more capable hitter than some of the girls in the bottom of the Penn State lineup, but only been called upon in these pinch hit situations last 2 games.
0-2, swing and a miss. Dubois climbed the ladder, but still unable to keep up with the Storako heat. 9 strikeouts for Alex. Another one swinging. That's 7 of the swinging variety. 2 looking. Two out in the inning. Off-speed pitch taken for a strike by Danny Fay.
Just no idea how to time these off-speed pitches.
Yep. Oh, 1 to Fay. Check swing high. And yep, she went. Up with the right arm goes Mike Burwell. These first base umpire has moved over into the hole right behind second with the runner on second. And now very quickly ahead 0-2 is Storako. Fay reached on one of the 2 pop-out doubles. 0-2 coming right down the middle. Strike 3. 3 looking now and 10 on the day. And that striking out the side was Alex after giving up the pop-up double. And now Michigan bats can go to work in the bottom of the 5th. If they can scratch 2 runs across, it'll be over.
Yeah, they've got a chance here after a very productive 4th inning. Just Madison Schaefer's going to come back out for the Nittany Lions.
Make some noise here on Alumni Field. We've got 3 section leaders helping us out today. One on top of the third base dugout, one on the first base dugout, and last but not least, one in right field. It's up tonight to get this place rocking, but they need your help.
The 10 strikeouts for Storako is 3rd most this season, behind 15 against MSU and 11 against Memphis.
And that would put her at 167 on the season. And about 122 innings.
Yep. As she gets older and keeps working, you have to think there will be a time when she could be in national talk of strikeout leaders. Only a freshman. It's Michigan with a very young pitching staff.
Yeah, I mean, her and Lexi Blair, just already the contributions they're able to make as freshmen, so impressive.
Stracco closing in on Beaubien in the strikeout column. Beaubien's never been much of a strikeout pitcher, much more contact.
Beaubien does pitch her fair share of them, though.
Yeah. Skvarsh checks in and takes strike one. She's the pinch hitter for Uden. Skvarsh had moved into the on-deck circle in the fourth, but didn't get a chance. Skvarsh this year has been mostly just a pinch hitter, 318 average though, but she's out in front of that one, and now it's 0-2. O2 on its way is down in the zone. One-two on its way from Schaefer, and a swing and a ground ball right back up the middle. Hard hit by Skvarsh, and she's got herself another pinch hit single.
Nice job by Skvarsh there to time it up.
And it'll bring Mackenzie Nemitz back up to the plate.
I think
We might have a pinch runner or a pinch hitter for Nemitz. Carol Hutchins in conversation with Laura Head.
I think runner.
Yep.
Thais Gonzalez in.
Thais comes in. Michigan's been trying to use all of their players these past few games.
Oh, we were doing the Michigan State game earlier this week, and
Yep.
we did basically see the entire roster. Everybody except Sarah Schaefer.
So Thais stands on first. Michigan wants to get aggressive and try to scratch across these final 2 runs and end the game with Nemitz at the plate. Nemitz swings and hits that one, and it is going to be gloved by the second baseman, but no play as that one was so soft and in a perfect position. The slow roller allows Nemitz to beat out an infield single, and she's 2 for 3 today.
That was such an awkward roll where it was too far away from Beasy at first for her to go out and get it and then make it back to the bag. And then, like you said, just too slow and a little bit too far inside, kind of in no man's land.
Yeah.
For Greco to get it. So no outs and 2 on now for Michigan.
Hoganrod at the plate. She swings, hits that one to third. They're just going to get the fielder's choice as they touch the bag. Thais is sat down, and runners on first and second once again. 1 out in the inning.
Yeah, just Hoganrod not get enough contact on that one.
So it'll bring Katie Alexander to the plate with Hoganrod and Nemitz on first and second. Katie is 0 for 1 with a walk. Takes that one outside. One and 0 on Alexander. Schaefer's pitch, swing and a miss, down in the zone. Timing through Alexander for a loop there.
It's a big rip.
Michigan now 7 hits on the day. 1-1 to Alexander rolls in for ball 2. Checking the wristband is Schaefer, stepping on and getting ready to deliver the 2-1 to Alexander. She swings, hits that one to second. They're going to scoop for 1, but no double play as Alexander gets down. Another fielder's choice, moves runners to the corners with 2 outs for Rodriguez.
And now this will be interesting because Rodriguez usually likes to play the short game.
Yeah.
But with now runners at each of the corners, you know, how far can the infield scoot in? How far will they scoot in? And, you know, a bunt doesn't really allow a runner to score, but
Yeah, a bit harder to play the small ball right now. That pitch floats high. Alexander on first, Nemitz at third. One-0 is outside, and now 2-0. Faith Canfield on deck. Michigan would love to be able to bring her up in a situation to end the game.
yeah, so where Madison Schaefer's got to find a way to throw strikes because a walk here would do just that.
2-0 is outside, and now the count 3-0 on Rodriguez. Rodriguez will be laying off on this 3-0, and she takes it for a called strike.
Yeah, typical don't swing at a 3-0 pitch.
Count 3-1. The pitch, another called strike, and now it evens for a full count, 3-2.
Big pitch here. 2 outs and 2 on.
Schaefer sets the 3-2 coming. That one floats high, and Rodriguez will take ball 4, loads him up, and up comes Faith Canfield, who is 1 for 1 today with a hit by pitch. And her chance to end it, potentially put it in the outfield, and there might be a play at the plate for the game. Canfield, a single, a hit by pitch, and a walk. 3 runs scored for Faith.
Alexander and Nemitz not known for their speed, so a little bit more time to get the ball in, but Canfield's got a lot of power.
That one off speed on the outside corner. Good pitch there.
She's going to wait for the pitch she wants to hit.
Oh, 1 on Canfield. That one is outside, 1-1. Michigan 14-0 at home this season, looking for their 15th win in 15 tries to close out the regular season home slate. One on its way. Canfield swings and hits that one through the hole. Alexander has to be held at third, though, as it was very shallow into left, but it makes it 7-0 now. And the base is still loaded. And Michigan is 1 run away from another 8-0 run rule over Penn State. 7-0 right now.
Natalie Peters has drove 1 run in today.
Reached on 2 errors. A walk would do it just the same as well. Big conference in the circle. Michigan now 7 runs on 8 hits. A lot of walks, a lot of help from some errors. First pitch swung on and tapped to second. That'll get him out of the inning. An easy underhand scoop. And we go to the 6th. Our score, Michigan 7, Penn State 0.
Yeah, able to induce just the soft tapper. And Penn State lives to see another inning, as you mentioned.
Yeah, Michigan's now left 7 runners on despite scoring 7 runs. It could be quite a bit worse.
So Storako once again got a little bit of a break.
Another big strikeout for Willie Weiss sends the game to the bottom of the 9th over at baseball, tied 1-1. Michigan baseball can scratch 1 run across. It will be a walk-off winner at Ray Fisher for a weekend sweep. Storako heads back out there. 5 innings pitched for 2 hits, 10 strikeouts. 68 pitches needed so far. She'll get a shot to try and challenge the 15 strikeouts she had against MSU. But she'll have to strike out 5 of the final 6 outs to tie that, assuming there is 6 more outs, because Michigan's hitters will come back up in the bottom of the 6th, only 1 run away, unless some Penn State runs can get scratched across right here. Soft tapper over to short. Rodriguez got to hurry. Quick play, and got her. That one was not easy, and Amanda Greco goes down on a 6-3 putout.
That was a great job just collecting the ball, not playing around with it, delivering it in one way or another to first base. Good job stretching out to get it as well by Subject. As now Penn State has the power from the top of the lineup for one last chance.
Got Tony Polk back up, 2 strikeouts swinging today. One-0 swing and a miss. One on Polk, that one right down the middle, and now Storako ahead once again. 1-2, trying to sit down Polk on a strikeout for the 3rd time today. The 1-2 swing and a liner. Fair ball down the line into the right field corner. Hogenrod picks it up. Polk speeding around second, headed for 3rd. Canfield's throw is not in time, and it is a triple for Tony Polk. That pitch was way high, and she just jackhammered it down the right field line.
Finally a Nittany Lion that chases upstairs, able to make contact on it, and out of it comes a triple. As I mentioned, the power from the top of the lineup was going to present itself at least one more time here in the top of the 6th inning, and Penn State has a chance to score with a runner at 3rd base now, and Milena Livingston up to bat.
And that's the 3rd hit of the day for Penn State, but really it's the first real hit, with 2 pop-ups falling in that easily could have been marked as errors and a different scorer.
And it's the first time that they've really had a chance to score, really threatened.
Yeah. That pitch outside to Livingston, 1-0. That one down in the zone. Nice job to block it by Alexander. Now the count 2-0. This is where Storako needs to buckle in. Not let that phase her.
Yep, she's got to stay composed. Still have some room to work with. Just focus on one batter at a time.
Two-0, swing and tap foul. 2-1. Two and one on Livingston. Storako spinning the ball in her hand. Gets ready to go. Swing and a foul tip. And now it's 2-2. If she can get this strikeout here, it'd be big. Livingston struck out swinging her last time up. Michigan baseball now has 2 runners on, 1 out in the bottom of the ninth. The 2-2, swing and another foul back. Storako continues to use the rise ball. Make Penn State chase them.
Livingston still fighting. Just trying to keep hope alive for the Nittany Lion lineup. Now if she got on base as well, I would set up Chelsea Beasy with...
The 2-2 is just high. Livingston laid off it.
Beasy would have a great opportunity to do some damage. Powerful hitter in her own right.
Count runs full, 3-2. Another foul back. Good at bat from Livingston, continuing to fight.
And Livingston, only a freshman, she seems like she could have a pretty bright future as well. As good of a batter as she is at the shortstop position. Her and Beasy make a nice little combo.
Storako will deliver the 3-2 again. That one floats just high. And now Penn State making a little noise. Runners on the corners and 1 out in the inning.
Have a quick conference with Storako.
Yep, Jennifer Brundage out there, which means it is mechanical.
So obviously, I mean, giving a run or 2 up wouldn't be the worst thing in the world
No.
for Michigan, but
Wolverines are 5 outs away from the win, regardless of the run rule. You take the out any way you can get it here. So Chelsea Beasy comes up. The strikeout looking and a fly out to center her first 2 times up. She's aggressive on the first pitch and taps it foul. Oh, 0-1, swing and foul back, just like that 0-2.
Storako does such a great job by using the fouls to her advantage, oftentimes using them to set up a lethal 3rd strike.
The 0-2, swing and another tap foul. Penn State finally starting to foul some pitches off, and battle a little more.
Yeah, I mean, seeing Sirocco for 2 straight days. Finally found some sort of way to hit her pitches.
The 0-2 swinging a ground ball to short. Rodriguez flips over to Canfield. They get the out. 1 run will score, but the fielder's choice makes it 2 outs in the inning. That was a nice job by Rodriguez to settle down and make the glove flip to Canfield.
Yeah, very nice glove flip. Not able to collect it initially, but on the second effort, Michigan will take 1 out. You surrender 1 run, but they have room for error.
First pitch to Weber is a ball. 1-0. Penn State on the board. 7-1. First time since the 7th inning of Friday night's game that they have scored against Michigan. 1-0 on Weber. A little high. She's flown out to left and struck out swinging. Count 2-0. This is where Sirocco has started to struggle. (2-0) to Weber outside, and now a count 3-0. Alexander's going to go out and talk. It's been this way all year for Sirocco. She can be on, and then just the screws come off in a quick hurry.
Yeah, I mean, being a freshman, especially asked to do something as challenging as pitch, you're going to have your ups and downs as you adjust to the college game. And for the most part, she's done a nice job handling those ups and downs pretty well, and it's good for her to be at times too. I mean, even if it's just a difficult inning here or there, she's going to need to know that she can overcome some adversity.
Puts that one for a strike. The 3-1, that one's down, and now 2 runners on and 2 outs in the inning, and it'll bring up Allie Kurland. Been really nothing for Penn State through 5 innings, but now have finally made a little noise.
I've got a couple girls on base. I'll start with that Tony Polk triple.
Kurland swinging a high fly ball into shallow center field. Peters coming over, needs to make the play, and she does, falling down. Not easy to track that ball, but she got it done, and so Michigan surrenders a run in the top of the 6th, but still with a commanding 7-1 lead. And much the way of the 5th, they send the hitters up there in need of 2 runs to end the game.
Yeah, Peters, the veteran, takes it into her own hands there in the outfield. But yeah, very clear skies for the most part, so that sun is out, sun is shining. Now Michigan would take 2 runs in order to finish things early, otherwise Alex Sirocco likely would see 1 more top of the inning.
And they're not in a bad spot either, with Blair, Subject, and Uden coming up.
You'll see if Uden's able to get something going this afternoon. Hasn't had much in her favor since that walk-off homer on Friday night.
Madison Schaefer goes back out there. 1 1/3 innings pitched. 3 hits, 1 run, 1 earned, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. Michigan entered the weekend .310 in batting average, which was just a tad behind Illinois for best in the conference. They may well pass Illinois after the weekend. Lexi Blair digs in against Schaefer, and she takes the first pitch on the inside corner for a strike. And there's a foul back.
I'd have to think about it, but this might be the first softball game I've called this year that has gone past 5 innings.
Yeah, that's possible.
So I didn't do any preseason games, and for the most part, at home it has been a lot of run rules.
0-2 is down and away.
One of the Indiana games, I guess.
Yep.
I did.
Yeah, there's 7 of the 14 games played so far at home. 7 have been run rules. 1-2 on Blair. She taps that one to second. Gonna be a tough play, but the underhand flip is in time by Greco. And it'll bring up subject with 1 out and nobody on. That one called strike. Subject's not had the best day today. 0 for 3 with a fly out to center, ground out to short, and a strikeout swinging.
She's had a couple stretches just on tears this season.
And there's a tap foul off herself, 0-2. That one is high. Count 1-2 on subject.
Madison Schaefer is a senior pitcher, so a little bit more experience in the circle right now for the Nittany Lions, trying to stretch this game out.
That one in the dirt, 2-2. Two-two is a high chopper to second. Gonna be a quick play for Greco, and now 2 outs in the inning. Back-to-back ground outs to second.
Greco, the junior, doing a nice job aggressively getting the hopper, turning it to first base, and Penn State 1 out away from getting to the 7th inning.
And it'll bring Uden back up as Skvars had pinch hit for her in the 5th. That pitch high. Final line on Bailey Partial: 5 hits, 6 runs, 3 earned, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, 67 pitches. 1-0 on Uden. Pitch is outside, 2-0. Is a strike. the 2-1, swinging a ground ball. Diving play there by Greco, but all she can do is hold it in the infield, knock it down. That'll be a single for Uden with 2 outs.
Yeah, it was really good effort, but just not quite a long enough extension. Does prevent it from being any more than a single.
Now batting for Michigan, number 44 for Penn State.
Nemitz takes strike 1. Runner on first, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Michigan baseball now into the bottom of the 10th, still tied 1-1, looking for that winner.
First place team in the Big Ten. We're at the baseball diamond.
0-1, Nemitz swings and loops it to second. Greco will move back and haul it in. That ends the inning. Nemitz 2 for 4 on the day. And we head to the top of the 7th, looking to slam the door is Alex Duraco. Or no, it's going to be Megan Bobian coming out of the dugout. Michigan going to make a pitching change here right at the end.
Strako's had a good weekend of work. Let Megan Bobian try and finish things up. 3 outs away for the very talented pitcher.
So close the book on Alex Duraco. 6 innings, 3 hits, 1 run, 1 earned, 2 walks, and 10 strikeouts.
So Megan Bobian on the season, left-handed pitcher. 198 ERA. 23-4 on the season, 3 saves. He's gone for 173.1 innings pitched on the year and thrown 178 strikeouts.
And she's had some ups and downs this year. Got knocked around a bit in non-conference play and then rebounded for a very strong early stretch in Big Ten play, but has had a couple down outings these last few against Illinois, and on Friday against Penn State gave up some hard contact. So Michigan probably looking to right the ship a little bit with her. That one is just a little outside to Lilia Kraut-Hamel. It'll be Kraut-Hamel followed by Vallejos and then Danny Fay. That one, ooh, way high. And I count 2-0. Bobian has struggled a bit this year in relief situations. And that one rides way inside, and it did not hit her, it doesn't look like. Looks like it just went off the glove of Alexander.
Uden comes over to give her some words of encouragement. Currently 3 balls and no strikes to Kraut-Hamel.
It's a called strike, coming back and finding the plate well is Bobian.
Nice and crisp.
And that one just high. And now a leadoff walk for Lilia Kraut-Hamel. Runner on first, nobody out. Penn State is going to need a big rally to make up 6 runs in this inning, and there's a called strike to Haley Vallejos.
Yeah, right now Beaubien gets to work with the bottom of the Penn State lineup. Doesn't want to see it come around to the top where the power lays.
And there's a swing and a liner. It's going to drop in shallow center field, right in front of Natalie Peters. Not hard hit at all, but well placed. And now 2 runners aboard early on in this 7th inning. And out quickly comes Carol Hutchins to talk to Megan Beaubien.
Now Penn State trying to make things somewhat interesting.
So brings up Danny Fay. Fay is 1 for 2 with one of those pop-up doubles that Storako surrendered, and that pitch dives away off the plate. Beaubien has struggled to get ahead of hitters so far in this inning. First pitch is looped and just out of the glove of Subject, diving in foul territory.
Great effort by Alex Subject to try and go get it. Slaying out completely on the dirt. Sure that'll leave a couple scratches.
One and one on Fay. That pitch swung on, looped in the infield, coming on and making the easy play is Subject.
Fay just not able to get good enough contact, not hitting it cleanly with the bat. 2 outs to go for Michigan.
Yep, counting him down now. The Wolverines on the doorstep. Greco at the plate, and a check swing. Pretty clear she went around there. Very indecisive has been Laura Head. She's appealing down on every check swing, even those that seem pretty clear cut.
I've never seen multiple called strikes on check swings deferred to the field umpires in a game.
0-1, oh boy, it got her off the wrist. And that hit by pitch problem that has been there all year long for Beaubien rears its head again, and now the bases are loaded. That one went way inside.
Now the Penn State lineup resets, so.
Yep, these are the big hitters.
Tony Polk, a lot of power, but behind that bat, she makes good contact. I mean, this game's suddenly become somewhat interesting.
She had a triple her last time up into the right field corner. And there's a called low. Looks pretty good to me.
Looked good to me too. But not to the one that matters.
One out of Polk, swinging a foul back, looping, and he'll get back into the concourse. One is line fair down the line, exact same spot. And it's going to be just a long single for Polk, who's in trouble. They throw back to first, and she just does dive back in there, but it's 8-2. Polk now 2 for 4 on the day. And that'll bring Livingston up with 1 out and the bases loaded. There's a call first strike to Livingston. First time that Beaubien has really gotten ahead of the hitters.
And I haven't seen Beaubien pitch as many times as last year this season, but it seems like whenever she gives up a run, she almost gets kind of upset and really attacks the next batter with some aggression.
That pitch high.
See if he's able to do the same here.
The 1-1 swing and a foul back, and now the count quickly to 1-2. She can get a big strikeout here. We'll put Michigan 1 out away. The 1-2 off-speed liner right back to the mound, and Beaubien gloves it. 2 outs in the inning.
Impressive reflexes
Yep.
for the pitcher, able to snag that one, and all the Penn State runners having to dive back to the bag.
And now 2 outs in the inning. Penn State down to their last out. Chelsea Beasy at the plate. Beaubien gets ready to go. Off-speed beauty right down the middle. That one swing and a miss at the top of the zone, and now the count quickly 0-2 down to their last strike. The 0-2 coming off speed, just outside. The crowd not happy about that one.
That's a little low. Hear the anxiety in the crowd.
Puts the ball in the glove. The wind up in the 1-2. Swing and a miss. She got her on strikes on that high heat, and Beaubien works through a rocky 7th for a final score of 7-2 Michigan. And they sweep the Nittany Lions and close out the regular season home schedule 15-0 at Alumni Field this year.
Yep, Michigan taking care of business, remaining in the hunt for the regular season Big Ten title. Come down to the final weekend in the competitive race.
Yeah, this has been a enjoyable home schedule and a tight battle in a couple of these games, but mostly a lot of run rules and some easy wins like here again today. Last year, the team dropped 2 games at Alumni. This year, they run the table with the perfect home schedule and send all the home fans home happy. We'll see if there is more home games in the NCAA tournament. That's to be determined.
JP seems to be firmly confident in that as a possibility.
Well, it's going to come down to these last 2 weekends.
Yep, Big Ten tournament will be an important one.
Yep, Michigan will be in Maryland next weekend to take on the Terps, and then the week after that will be the Big Ten tournament down in Bloomington. Any last thoughts?
Well, this is my last broadcast for the school year.
Yep.
So I'd like to just say good work. It's been great working with you this year.
Yep.
And thanks to all the fans that support us in our coverage. Football, basketball, hockey, softball. It's been quite a year for me, traveling all over the place too, and I look forward to junior year.
Yep, that'll be the next hurdle next fall. But until then, for Michigan softball final score, Michigan 7, Penn State 2. Good night and go blue.